I'm going to be laying a trail for the puppy to follow in this field over here in our garden. Um, I'm starting, I've got dogs, so you'll have to, I hope you can hear. I'm wearing a pair of boots now, but my plan in my pocket is that I actually have a pair of slippers, and the bottom, I think, has got a different smell to my shoes, so that the puppy will know the difference of when the track finishes and when the track begins and when it ends. This is the puppy's food. Um, he's only like 3 or 4 months old, so he has very tiny little bits of food, and I'm going to be putting one of these in each footstep that I take. I'll just press on pause and change my shoes and keep going. Okay. So I have the food in my hand and I've changed to my slippers, and this is going to be the beginning of the track. So the first part of the track, I put down a few so that I've put about 4 underneath my footprint. And now I'm going to take very, very small steps, and under each step I'm going to put one of these. They're so small that you can't actually even see them. But the steps are very close together. In the beginning, I'll be making very close steps, and then as he gets better at following the trail, the steps will become further apart. And also, I won't be putting food in every step. Eventually, I'll take away the food and only put food after every few steps, and gradually make it harder and harder for him. What you see now, what's actually happening is that there is scent from my hand falling, coming out onto the ground, which the puppy will be able to pick up, because his sense of smell is something like 30,000 times stronger than ours. So in each footstep in the same place there is a biscuit. I'm also changing direction slightly. What happens is that my body is leaving scent on the ground. My shoes are leaving some kind of a smell on the ground. Also here you see I'm standing over grass. So my shoes are actually squashing the grass, and squashed grass has a different smell to grass that's not squashed. So the puppy can pick up all these differences in the smells. He's also he can also learn to pick up where it begins and where it ends, because as I keep walking, the smells change and become older in the beginning of the path. And so he can start, eventually he'll be able to tell which direction to go in when he comes across a path, because I'll just get more food. Okay. I put one here. Yeah, you can barely see it. It's even hard to see. They're so small. In the end, I actually can't see where I've laid the trail, because these little balls are so small. But I know that he's following it because I see him eating. So then I know that I've gone that he's got it. Right, where was I? Oops, I lost one. I was explaining that there's a change in the smell. There's older smells and newer smells, and the puppy will eventually learn to tell the difference between the older smells and the newer smells, which is quite amazing. And there's a very good reason why he needs to know that, because let's say there's a missing person and he has to follow and he comes across the path, how does he know which direction to go in to follow the missing person? If he follows the path in the wrong direction, he could follow the path to where the person started walking and not where the person ended up walking. And if you think about it, any animal that's actually hunting would need to know which direction to go in if they're hunting if there's a dog out there and he's hunting a rabbit, say, and he can smell that the rabbit walked in a certain area, then he would need to know which direction to turn to follow the path to its end, not to its beginning. And so their sense of smell is that sensitive that it can actually tell the difference between the older and the fresher scent. Right. So also what's happening is, did I put one here? Yes. Also what's happening is that, sorry, there is a slight breeze in the air, and this breeze, and when I change direction, it's blowing actually the smell slightly in different directions as I change angle, and I'm doing that on purpose so that the puppy has to be able to follow a trail, even though the smell of the trail is being blown across to a slightly different place. Okay, so I'll stop for now and try and catch up when I'm actually got the puppy in my hand. Oh, my fingers are dirty, they're not managing to pause. Oh, it's not pausing. Oh dear, somehow my oily fingers are not pausing this video. Maybe my other hand. So I've laid a trail in this whole area over here, and I changed directions, which makes it quite tricky for the puppy. I've now reached the end of the food, and I've put it just underneath my shoe over here, and I'm going to change my shoes. I tried to leave a bit of a gap. I'm hoping it's big enough, and I'm going to put my shoes on and take like very big steps and leave the area, and hopefully that won't confuse him and he'll know where the end of the path is. Okay, now I'll go and fetch him. So I have my shoes on, and I'm going to take huge big steps to just try and leave the area in a different way, so that and be very careful not to go over where I've already walked. Okay, I'm going to go and fetch the puppy now. Pee-pee, pee-pee. So he's making a pissy. Every time I take him out his cage, he makes a pissy when I tell him to pee-pee. Good boy, pee-pee, pee-pee, good boy, good job. Okay, so now it's been about 2 weeks since I laid a trail for him, so he don't think he knows what's going on, but we'll see. So I'm going to walk him to the area. Usually I carry him, but I can't carry him and film at the same time, so we just got to get through this gate. Okay, come. Right, I'm going to try and lead him to the beginning of the trail. I just want to lock the gate so that the dogs don't follow. Alright, so we'll try and lead him to the beginning of the trail. Come. Okay, come. Good boy, good little boy. Alright, I'm going to lead him to the beginning and see. Oh, I think he's already picked it up. He's picked up the trail. And we've called him Zoom because you'll see that he goes really fast. And also what's amazing about him is that I've laid a very long trail. It's probably too long for him, but and he's doing very well. He's following the path, but he's in such a hurry that he's not actually getting much of the biscuits. He's just following. But that's exactly where I walked. I'm not going to what he'll do is he'll come back on the path to reach the biscuits that he's missed. I'll try and zoom in closer. I'm not going to follow him because I don't want to disturb the scent of the trail. So try go a bit closer. So there you can see he's eating biscuits. So I know that he's on the right path. Now at the moment, the smell of the biscuits, it's pretty strong. So he's also smelling the smell of the biscuits. But he's connecting the smell of the biscuits to the smell of the path of my own smell, my own scent. You can see every now and then he's picking up one of them, and he's got it. So he's doing great. He's really followed nicely. I'm going to try and get a bit closer and just be careful not to go where he is. One of the amazing things is that because I'm changing direction, the smells are moving across into different spaces, different directions. And so he kind of does like a circular movement from side to side. And I'll just try and move around here. He'll go off the path, and then he'll smell that he'll pick up that the smell has weakened, and then he goes back on the path. There he is. He's got a biscuit, and you can see how complicated the path was. And he's picked it up, and he goes backwards and forwards, and basically he's learning. This is his learning. Usually he eats more biscuits along the way, but he's just so keen to keep going. He's right on track. I remember walking past that spot. And you can see how I've changed direction, and as the wind blows the scent across, then he moves with the smell, and he can tell when the smell is weaker and stronger, and so he'll go back to the stronger scent. So now he's going back a bit, which is fine, and he's going to pick up ones that he's missed. He's missed a lot. He's been so keen to follow the trail, which is amazing. And basically, what he'll do, I don't know if I'll film all of it, but we'll see if he gets to the end of the trail. He's pretty close. Can you see he's just eaten? So he's exactly on spot. When he reaches the end of the trail, he then usually goes back and picks up all the biscuits that he's missed. What's quite special about this puppy is that he doesn't give up. Right, he's exactly where I walked. I remember going there. He doesn't give up, and he stays very focused, which is amazing. There he goes. He's completely on track. Now he's picked up my smell of me coming back. Oops, so he's gone off the path. Because that's the way I walked back in my other shoes. But I think he's picked up the trail again. He's on the trail. He's getting distracted by the horses. The horses are walking over there. So he's busy watching them. Where is he? I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see him. Right. Right, he's on the track. I see him eating a biscuit, and he's picked up the track again. The track was curving. I was curving in different directions. In truth, I've actually made this a very difficult track for him. Usually there's different methods. Usually they make the track much shorter, especially for a puppy of this age. And can you see him? I don't want to go and get closer. Usually for a puppy of this age, they'll just make a straight line, and it wouldn't be this long. So he's actually reached the end. I think that's the end. Right, amazing. He's really done a great job. And he can tell the difference between my shoes, because now he's turned back. He didn't continue with where I continued walking. He's turned back, and he's now going to pick up all the ones that he missed along the way, because he was so excited to do the following, to do the trail. He's really a fantastic little puppy. I'm quite excited to be training him. So B'ezrat Hashem, we'll keep you posted, and we'll show you when he's actually finding people.